All right, it is October 9th. The stock market is done for the day. And let's see what happened in the market today. Some really nice moves to the long side, some short plays. First, Dow Jones finished plus 161, S&P plus 3061, NASDAQ plus 158, small caps plus 666, VIX 25 minus 5.12. Commodities, gold's 1933, went up 38.60, silver 25.22, crude's 40.55 minus 1.55%. And today's top gainers, small caps, of course, are ruling again. You had a lot of higher price stocks, I would say. I see a lot down the list, 20, 30, 50, 21. The top gainers, a lot of 2, 3, 5, 7. So a good mix again. And, under 10, a lot of moves here. So let's take a look what happened today. SNMP, Sanchez Production Partners. This is with oil. Oil's been moving the last few days. 153 million right here. Look at this stock on the daily chart. This was at 13, went all the way down. Huge gap down, found support like 25 cents. This is a total penny stock. And it came up. And if you're holding this, you're like, yeah, just hold it. What the heck? Maybe like, spec lotto play. Look at the gap here. It fills the gap to almost the complete 175 move. 153 million today in volume. And let's take a look at it here. So right here, 425 pre-market. And this goes all the way up, starting to move, gets over that first little line here, 70 cents, breaks all the way to 140, almost a double. Comes back, finds support at 110, and breaks back up to 150, 160, and then fades. So this is front side pre-market, back side during the day. You get this a lot. This is why if you want to go long, you got to be in pre-market. Not all the time, but a lot of the times. Then your fade is later in the day. And that's why they form these wicks. This is a full candle wick, but usually it'll be like this. See this? It's a shooting star wick. They push it up, and then it goes all the way back down. I've seen this pattern a million times. So now the problem with this is I'm not trading 6 a.m. Even 7, when this opened at 7, it's already making its move. 7. I'm not trading this because the move's already made here. Now, if it comes back all the way down here, then maybe starts to come up, maybe. But see, this did hold here. If you're taking a shot and you see the support right at that 110, and then you get to 150, it's not a bad little trade because you have that support there. You got to pick up on that support, just like here on right at that $1 level. So, that's how that move went. These moves aren't complicated. It's just a matter if you're getting in or out, and really don't use crazy size because it'll stop you out. Because it can do one of these candles. See this? It goes through. It's like ripping through. So. I didn't see no news in this. So, oil's been hot the last few days. There's a few little moves up today. It slowed down a little bit because it was down. Here's another one that popped up. MARPS, MARPS, Marine Petroleum Trust. This came out of nowhere today. Look at the volume, nothing. Then we started to get 15,000 and came back down nothing. Then this candle here was 51,000. By the time this started to move, it was like 400,000 in volume on this 5-minute. Right here is your first clip. If you're watching, it's like, okay, but it's not great volume. This little hammer candle or a cross, and they pushed it down. Look where it held. The 20 EMA right at $2. This $2 level, and they brought it all the way back up. Look at this shooting star wick. 565 high. Right up and back down. So momentum brought this straight up. They pushed it and they pushed it back down, front side and back side. So if you catch this, it's a great trade. You have your levels here, your little quarter lines. These are that's too wide of a line, I think. Although you can play that. Quarter line was pretty good. And there was the takeoff. I don't think there was news on this. Petroleum Trust, what do they do? Royalty Trust, Marine, overriding royalty, 59 oil natural gas leases, Louisiana and Texas. Maybe there's something to do with the hurricane, so possibly that. But, so that was a good trade. Sometimes you don't see news, it doesn't matter. You just play the momentum, but you have to know there's no news, so you have to be careful of that. That's all. All right, everyone's looking at this today. MARPS was a 1.6 million in float I had. SNMP was 10.8 million. VVPR is 4 million in float, another small float. Anything under 10 is very small. And then under 1's like micro float. VVPR stock rockets toward a record after EV company buys majority stake in Tempo ELV. So that's legit news. Acquires 51% of light electric vehicle company. So that's legit news. You can't knock the news on these small caps if it's legit news. Sometimes it's fluff, but let's go back on the daily chart in this. This stock was doing nothing for forever. Became an IPO, looks like 2017. Then this formed a huge descending wedge. The low held at like 50 cents or something. This is what they do. They'll go for years and then this will explode up. And then this finally broke out of it July at 2. And then it started to break up. Look at this. That was the first clue, September. Look at the volume here. And then we went down. Then you're like, oh, people are saying that's no good. But just draw your trend line, see what it does. It didn't go all the way through. The lows kept going up. Slowly but surely, they kept going up. And today was the explosion, 117 million. It's the best volume I've seen. And this is what happens with these small floats. They'll do one crescendo move like this too, and it's like the monster of all moves. This is a spinning cross now, back and forth. They pushed it all the way up, down, up, right in the middle now. We settled. So look at the 5-minute. So the news came out, I believe, like 8:30, 8:35, or what they say in here? Yeah, 8:30. At least FinViz says, might have been earlier. So right here, you're starting to see the move here. Already big volume, hundreds of thousands. Your first little stop here is this 12 line, 12, 13 line. Your 13's already streaming up above your 20. And then it starts to move higher, higher. You have momentum. People are seeing it. It's a low float. Remember, low float, people are getting in because it's low float. Supply and demand. There's very little supply, but there's tons of demand when all day traders see this and everything. So this is moving up, comes back down, 15, and then we go up again. Now is your next stop. Now what are we doing here? Come back down, come back down. Pretty sharp drop. Now this is where, once the move early, I like to move like the 10-minute to 15. I want to see what it's doing and like what the moving averages are doing. My favorite's 13 EMA and 20 EMA. So this goes down. And what do you have here? Of course, again, there's your 13, 20 EMA, right at 14. It's not a coincidence they brought it here and it held here. Most traders are using 9 EMA, 13, 20. I would guess they're the main 3 ones. Are very common for short-term day trading. And this is going up right here. Then you have support and we start to go up. You can draw a line this way too, just a trend line. This looks like a little wedge here, a little flag, whatever, however you call it. So I just call it a trend line here. And we're starting to get over. You start to have momentum. We're getting above the 13, then it explodes up again. And here's the high of the day, 24.33. Now on this, when you run from 10 to 20, any stock that doubles, you have to be aware of. Now we're at the top here, and what's going to do? Okay, you're watching this big bearish candle, then another. So, that might be a clue that we hit a peak. Now on here, you could have said that too, but This was actually the first move, and there was your first, support resistance level. So this was the first move that we had resistance at that 18, and came back down. Let's see what it does. Now, if it breaks through 14, keeps going, you got to get out. That's why I hold a little bit longer. And then this move up. This is the second move. We're going to do come back and go up again. Now it's possible. Anything's possible. On this, you can see right here, once this did this, and you're looking, you have this 19 line, and I would say just above here, 1830. Now, if you're playing this and you're still going, you're in it, and you see this, okay, but then you see this start to come down, and you break that 19, you get out. You have 13, see the sideways, it never was down. This way too, was it down? Starting to bend right there, but once you see this go through 19, they're sort of simultaneously hitting at that one level. So that's the clue. The clues are where you came from, what was your previous top? Are we getting over that? No, and you gotta be aware of that distance for the trade. So on your chart, so look at this one, here to here, bottom to top of your chart. It's a double. Even the 15-minute here. On this, it's even better. You see the 13 hold. That's a big shooting star wick. That's just a bearish candle. Not really a topping candle. This is a topping candle. And then this broke out again. And then you're out again. So another thing to draw your trend line right here. So you would have been out. See that 19. Everything comes in at about 19 level. So if you're in here, okay. And then you're right here. And you're watching that hold, that's fine. And you go up. And then your next level. What's your next level here? You're watching at 19, just below 19. I would probably say your 18 level, because this was the last, let's see here. Yeah, this was the last move in that shooting star wick right here. So 18. And then you come up again. And then as soon as this candle comes in, as soon as you see this, if I'm seeing this and it's straight red on this 10-minute, we're going down, down, 19, we're going out. So it has to prove it can hold. But yeah, I mean, on this part, if it goes right through here, they get out. But from here to here, you can just take the profit. It doesn't matter. We all want to hold longer, but that's why I go to the 10-15 are my favorite for longer term setups to get at least try to get more profit there. So anyway, so here's back to the 5 minutes. So you can see this come down, and moving up. So this is a great long. This chart could have been, it could be a head, shoulders, a lopsided head and shoulders. They pushed it up today. See this huge spinning candle in the middle. Was this going to do Monday? Yeah, who knows? They could probably short it back down to low float. But, that's how you play these intraday moves. Don't get caught up in the 1 minute, 2 minute. I don't know how people trade the 1 minute. If you're trading a 1 minute here, all right, you see this 12. There's so many candles here. Look at this. It's all bunched together. It's a scalper would have to do it. It's impossible. Why would you want to put yourself through that aggravation? 2 minute. This doesn't look that bad, the 2 minute. I still don't even like to go down there, only in certain circumstances. The 3 minute, I say the 3, 5, and I've been trading more from the 5, and then your 10, 15 longer time frames is up. Come back. So there you have it. So VVPR was a killer today. And your low floats are making the big moves. You don't need a lot of shares. If you had 200 shares down here, let's say at 12, and you played it, you play it here, whatever, around here, and you get out like 18, you just made 1,200 on 200. 300 times, so it's at 1,800. So that's a great move. All right, let's move down. SDPI, this is a double top. 7:35 a.m., shot right up, came back down. Now you could play this 60, went right back up. 1, 2, double top, couldn't get back over, fade it. So there you go. And you see less volume here too on pre-market. You know, Sol, these are type of stocks. What's Sol? 19 million, a little higher float. But see how they took this? They took this up, down, up, and this rode the whole day. So this rode from like 320 to like 430, a dollar move. Dip buys all day. It held all day in a 5 minute. You can see the 10 minute holding all day. You see your daily. Look at the volume here. So, you know, this is a completely different move than VVPR. VVPR is, you can see here putting in big moves, chunks. This is a $10, 24. It's like a $14 move. Yeah, this only moved, Sol. We're talking, you know, over a dollar maybe. So you can see the moves here, and this was it's an easier trade, I would say, longer term. If you're in here, you know, just waiting. So that's a different type of trade. This lasts longer. This is a longer term, all day trade instead of short term, maybe a few hours. But OPTT, Ocean Power. You can see this, and look at the volume here. Big 3 days, then came back down. Then what do? Come back to this moving average? Nope, came back up earlier than that. So this has been tougher to trade here. It's very choppy. It's very, actually, well, yesterday was more choppy, but this wasn't bad. 205, 195, look at this, back and forth, back and forth. And then it took off all the way to 275. So that's a 10-cent move. This isn't bad. See, every chart comes up, like whatever however it comes up, it's going to come up that way. Like it can be so many different ways, what I'm saying. See, right here is my today's open, green dashes, yesterday's close. And look where they brought it to, right there. You didn't even need to draw a line there. They held it, and they broke it up. So, you know, that's real interesting to see. The 10 minute, you can see how that held. So it was a good long. PGEN, this is pure, just see it's far away from your 1320 EMA, pure momentum, and they took it up. VCNX, not much going here, but you have your 175 line, and look how they took this. This is a classic ascending triangle, 190. They took it to the T to 190, pure manipulation, 190, 190. Did anything get over 190 here? It's pure algos, or they took it exactly to 190. And I'll draw a line here. On your ascending triangle, it's always going to be the right to buy. See here? First move up, then we go back and forth, back and forth. Now, to the right, it's going to be so close to this 1320 EMA. Here, you're probably, I'm trying to see on this 5 minute. Right on here, they brought it back. So on this line, you're probably that your stop is probably going to be 190, probably 10 cents. 5 cents is too small, so 180. So you're fine on it. You have to let it drop on that. I was just seeing how this came down. It could have fooled people, but take it to the 10 minute. And see, that's why the 5, say the 10, the higher time frames, you don't even see that move. You don't see right here, was that 1225? What's here? 1220. Well, it's in between here, but so you can see here the 10, and you're holding this. Look at this 13 right over the 20. So that's even better. That's why the higher time frames work again. And then we go up, and then we're at 220. So, all right, on the 2 minute here, 10 minute, let me look again here. Yeah, your 13 is above your 20 to the right. I'm just trying to see where exactly it would get in. I mean, you can probably play this 185 line if it hits. You can definitely play the 190 for the break, and your stop's like 180. So don't worry about the noise in between. You have your trend line up here too. but it's more of line. Seeing this 5-minute pricing is like, oh, we're going through, but you have to let it in. Let it go through. If it touches 180, it touches 180, but it didn't. That's all trading is, if this or that. It didn't do that, so you know, it's trading went up. YCBD, 210 all the way to 255. SPTN, 19 all the way to 23. What a run on that. And there's a daily, wow, 6.2 million. MDGS, total garbage. Look at this. This is what I stay away from. Shot up way early, 7 a.m. Came all the way back and forth, double top, looks like a triple top. Yeah, very, very huge chunks taken out here in these charts, these candles. These are big, massive candles. Then we come down, try at the open here. Yeah, you can see it's not going to move here. You can just tell one of them charts. That's why you get to recognize charts in this game all the way back. And then we went sideways here. And what's the daily? Daily's probably garbage. Yep, CD spikes didn't hold, spikes didn't hold. Pure manipulation. Look on the days up. They spike it and they bring it back. LITB, not really great volume. NIU. Um, 2350 all the way to 2720. This is a really good long. What else down the list? JKS Solar, Jinko Solar. Solar's been on fire. Look at this chart. This broke out from 20 to 63. This is pure momentum. Look at this, overbought, buried. That's what it's called. It means it's overbought and it's buried and it's not coming down. Trying to see what the high, yeah, this is the all-time high. So if you're into one of these two, we'll just swing. We'll just say 25, 30. Look how far away these moving averages are. It's so far away from the 13. Right there, it looked like across the top of a pattern. It's a fake out. You don't know. Sometimes they're right. Most of the time at the top of the pattern, it'll fall, but this didn't. Kept going again. If they're this and this, kept going, that's incredible. You don't know where it's going to go. So if you're here and you have a swing, it's just you're killing it. You've made, tens of thousands of dollars. A lot of people trade, day trade. A lot of people, trade small caps, short, mid, large caps, ETFs. We'll trade swing trading. Swing trading, you can make tons more, but the risk is higher because if you buy a stock 30, it could go down to 20. Like something could happen overnight, and the company, something happened very bad. But that's the risk you take. It doesn't happen that often. I mean, it will happen once in a blue moon, but so on this, what's going to happen with this? Who knows? I mean, this eventually will be a huge short, and this will probably come down. Huge red candle. I've seen that before. So look at these chunks here, 54, 56. This is like almost a $10 gain. NTLA, 23.50 at 26.50, a $3 gain. On these higher price stocks, so you can get a $1 gain. It's probably going to be $1,000 profit. So this is another great move here. And the problem with these are down the list. These aren't up top on the list most of the time. And very simple chart to read. 23.50, 24.50, very easy. Well, ACRS. Look at this thing, 425, 5, massive short, and then he took it up again. That is really a strange pattern. Some of these are very weird. You never know what kind of chart you're gonna get. Or, I mean, they took this up, then 5, 11:20, 11:25, 11:30. So this is 10 minutes, and they took it from 5 to 378. Unbelievable. So it's very manipulated and strange. Acor, 65 cents, 77, 12 cents is nothing. Kodak, this company did cameras, then they did blockchain, then they did COVID. How do you get from cameras, the blockchain, to COVID? Like, how are you doing COVID stuff and you have like cameras in your facilities? It's so weird. I don't know. This is so strange. This is another one, purely manipulated. It's just junk. But junk can be traded. And right over 9, once you see this right over 9, 1050, it's a really solid gain. IPOB, 1950 to 22. And then they shot it low and then it bounced up again. So on this one here, if you're playing this here to here, okay, and you're seeing it, you know, these are big quarter gains, quarter drops. On this, I probably would have took it to, you know, maybe 13 EMA, right here, I'm sorry, 21, and then that's on hold to get out. DPHC, Lemonade. I talked about this one too. Here's your falling wedge, not a really tight wedge, but look at this, sideways, sideways, sideways. Start to see stochastics going up, 50, 67, exploded. As soon as it starts to make this move, and you can see 55 there yesterday, and then today, and you know, it took off. So that could have been like, you know, 2,000 to 4,000 on the 2-day swing. So I go back and forth from swinging, day trading, do both. It just depends on the setup. If you think it's going to be real good, I didn't think this would move like that. You can see the 55 break though, and this was crazy long. So they dropped it down to 59, nice little U shape, and another one again. See how manipulated this is, right to 60, 50, 60.99. Right there, this line. So it's a 61 line. See this? And you run it right above. So you can put your trade when this came back up right at 61 for the break. Now, a play in the high day break. On small caps, I don't like to play high day break necessarily. I like to dip more. But on these stocks, these higher price stocks, they're more convincing that they'll do a high day break, I think, than the small caps. Small caps will go back and forth a lot. It's better to get in, you know, lower, of course, on the dip. So on this, you see this right up and this take off. NBEV, remember this stock? This was as high as like 9, came all the way back. Here it comes again. All right, so that's it for the all these stocks again. So small caps, a lot of movers. You know, the market is pretty hot right now. Again, really good gainers. I can't say I would complain about it. Let's take a look at the SPY. Trying to draw this now. Here, the falling wedge, and you know, this is more looking like a rising wedge now. You can see here the width is getting a little bit tighter, not super tight. And we're very extended. We're at 97.55. Yeah, the market's going to come down. Probably come back down to like here again, 13 EMA. Look how high this is. You can't get much higher. I mean, the weekly looks extremely bullish. She just crossed over. I told you that 50 line was important. We're crossing up. Look at the 4 hour. You're at 98. What can this go to? Like 100 and something? But the highest you see it really is maybe over 100. So it's extremely overbought again. And you know, I think we're going to pull back again. We might get back right above that and test, and then a huge drop. We'll see. Here's your NASDAQ too. Look at this. It's a 97. Your weekly. And there's your 4 hour. I mean, we know where we stand here. And look, let me draw a line on this one too. Yeah, this is more me a falling, rising wedge. Rising wedge, and here's your Dow. Let me draw a line on this one. So you can draw here. And right here, this is a rising wedge too. See this, how wide? So this touch, you can actually bring it a little bit lower here. See these lines are all touching. And then this from here to here, it's pretty much touching. Just like this. See this got wide to tight. This is wide to tight. And I don't think we have much more to go. And then we drop again. Yeah, I don't know if we're dropping this far again. We've had a drop that far. You see March. Came pretty close in May. June, July, August didn't drop that far. And then, of course, September. I don't know. We could come back. Maybe we come back like halfway to this again now, like 27.5. But there will be a drop again. I think we can double top again right here. We'll get up to here and double top. That's the Dow Jones. And the VIX. Yeah, the VIX that finally broke through. You have your 200 going across your 50. So we're going back and forth, back and forth. That was pretty bearish. So we're crossing down. So how do we look here? We're going through here. So that's looking good for the bulls. Unless we come back up here, or this comes back a little further, maybe 23, then we spike up again. On the weekly, the weekly is just showing a big candle there, bearish. Your 4 hour, it's getting oversold. It's nothing below moving averages. UVXY, this really dropped. This is at 16. And I think at one of my algos say it was going to drop to 10. Man, them things are pretty good. It's getting really oversold though. Yeah, the algos, they actually said, I think it was back here, it's like it's going to drop below 10, and I'm like, how do I know that? How's it going to do that? I don't see that. Yeah, breakdown trade confirmed below 1823, target 10. So, you know, it's picking up pretty well. That's what they say there. It's the only thing I'm seeing too. This is looks like a head and shoulders. Head on these bearish ETFs. There's a head, shoulder. We went down. It looks like we're gonna double top or double bottom right here again from September. This is at a 2. It's at a 2. Now bearish ETFs stay low because the market's always moving up. So these are always going to be oversold most of the time. So, but I think we get a spike up in this. I think, we're going to spike back up here. I don't know how low we can keep this for that long. So that's SDPI. SQQQ. You see this too. See this forming this like inverse heading, inverse cup and handle. So here, and then bounce up. And this is at a 3. Last time, see this wedge formed, it really broke up. It was a pretty good move. I think we're going back to that, and then we'll break up again. So that's my thoughts. TZA. This is really getting oversold. This is at a 2.49. I would go to, that would be a buyer here. Yeah, and this is a wedge. So you can see right here, when this made to move up, it has a cross, then it fell down, there's a wedge. It's getting tighter, tighter. These are bearish ETFs. They're going to be oversold a lot. But you're going to get spike ups. Instead of 254, look at this. Let me put in my algos, see what they say. And this is still calling for a breakdown, below 12 to 8. Sort of went sideways here. 2 hour, coming out of it sideways. I still think they're going to, the algos will change it. I think we're going to spike up. Yeah, I've seen this before. So they look like the market's getting frothy again. And there's FAS. Look at this, straight down. The market to CCI is at 166, very overbought. Stochastics at 97, extremely overbought. MFI, money flows at 60, not overbought yet. RSI 61, it's getting there. If it gets 70, it'll be overbought. This was a classic inverse head and shoulders on the SPY. Take your other chart right here. So here's your, one shoulder, inverse head, came back down, shoulder, and then came back up. So I still say on this, you can see here, see overbought, not yet. I think we're going to get near 350 or 350. And we can go higher, and then we get a nice big drop again. I believe, we'll see, but it appears that way. So this is FAS too, it's getting very oversold. SOX coming way down too. You can see this, all these bearish ETFs are getting crushed right now, and I think they're going to move back up. I don't know how far. See this move here, like, I don't know how big of a move, but I think they'll move up. SEO, this is on crude. ERY energy, this is finally coming back. This is on bearish energy. Energy is coming back up. ERX, remember I told you this? Here's your wedge, falling wedge. We're breaking up, we're breaking out now. This is at 52. This is room to run. We'll probably get this weld. Yep, long trade 1469, oil 1608 target 2. They're really liking this on the bullish. What am I saying? The bullish, what do you call it? Consultant here, the algorithms. That's what I'm saying. So this hasn't had a move since April, May, came all the way down since June, July, August, September, and October. Now we're making a move up. So all right, here's UDAL getting above this trend line. You can see this, we're very overbought. SPXL, extremely overbought. Yeah, these are wedges forming. These are rising wedges. You can see right here, draw your line really close. You can see it, we're getting above here on that. And we're gapping up. See these gaps? We keep gapping up. TQQQ. TNA is really, small caps went crazy. Draw your line here. I'm trying to make it as tight as possible. Yeah, we're coming down. Small caps are telling the story here. This was a major move up here. Look at this. You might even go for this gap here to 50% retracement. And look too on the move. See, oversold to overbought. Didn't get below, but made a move here. Made a move small, didn't hold, came back, up, again up. So this move was almost straight up. This move was straight. This formed the double bottom. Then look at this, here, 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 here. This was holding that trend line. It came down each time with a higher low each time. The low kept getting higher. You can see it right here. And then on this was a rolling move down. Then we exploded out. See this right here? And then we broke out. Now this is a clear rising wedge. This is so tight of a wedge. These are like crosses almost. Then we're going to come back. Probably, I'm not sure how far we can back though. It's clear as day. You can see that. FAS2 making its move up, getting very overbought. Soxel. Soxel too. Yeah, not as tight, but remember I had the algos and they were saying, remember it's at 210, it was going to be like 290, 300, and they're right. A lot of these algos pick these up very well. When this was oversold here, look at this. Here, here. You probably try again here, it didn't work. You just get out. Once we start moving sideways here, you get in, and yeah, you're killing it. Trying to see here, it's at 70. Yeah, 20 grand, 6,600. So if you had a big move in this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, over 10 days, 6,600 on a swing. That's why you're waiting for specific moves. On this one, it hasn't been low since March, so this was the move. That's about 6,600. LABU, you can see that there. Nougat. This was oversold. This is trying to come back, has to breach this line. UCO. much doing on that. ERX. There, I talked about that. ERX. All right. DFIN. And a lot of the stocks don't make big moves still on these. For this move to here, this only moves like $1. These don't move in like 10 $5 chunks. So this is getting sort of overbought again, DFIN. DIN. This is coming up. This made a nice move from the bottom here. Nail to the home builder. This has been really strong. This is going towards 61.8 retracement level. And it's getting very overbought. So that's it for today. So the market's getting overextended. I believe we're going to get a pullback again. Oil is to the long side at this point. It's time for oil to move up. It looks like oil is moving in chunks, like 3 to 4 months it's up, 3 to 4 months it's down. Looks like an up phase. You know, penny stocks are hot, and you're getting good range and like top 10 stocks to trade. You know, either way, please subscribe and like the channel. And that's it. We are out. Peace.